Meghan Markle, it's been reported in the mainstream media, has finally been fired by her agency, WME, William Morris Endeavour. The thing is, though, I told you this was the case last month. Let me explain. Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef the Alternerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to the Dose of the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught me eye. And oh my goodness, yes, let's jump into this madness, shall we? Because the mainstream media is reporting that Meghan Markle has finally been fired by her agency WME. The thing is though, guys, I told you this was the case last month, and let me explain why. It's all to do with that Vanity Fair expose article. And when I was covering this article, I had turned round and I had said, it is likely at this point that Megxie has been dropped, being fired by WME. Why? Because if she was still with WME, Ari Emanuel would have killed this story, as in nixed it. As in, it would never have come to the light of day. It would never have been published. Because Ari Emanuel is seen to be a very powerful player in Hollywood and can open the doors to anywhere in that town. And so if he doesn't want a story going out into mainstream media, he's got the ways and means to make that happen, to not let it come out in any way, shape or form. And so the simple notion that Vanity Fair released this expose that completely continues to ruin Hazza and Megxie meant one thing. Ari Emanuel didn't give a shiz because he doesn't represent Meghan Markle anymore. If he still represented Megxie, then this would never have happened at all. And so for me, mainstream media is finally catching up to the notion that Megxie has been fired by WME. And so what have they got to say about it all? So they're saying that multiple sources are telling them now that WME have fired Megxie after months of speculation about their working relationship. The agency denies it, saying that they're still working with her. Yeah, right. And pigs fly, right, guys? But an industry insider has said that she was let go, she was fired because she was too demanding and difficult to work with. Oh, I wonder where we've heard that before when it comes to Megxie. Now, it's unclear when she was fired. WME still insists they're working with her. A rep says WME continues to represent Meghan and Archewell. Sources say the agency is still working on some of the projects for Archewell Foundation. But in addition to this, they hear that Megxie had an outburst over a year ago in January 2024 when she demanded a meeting and expected decks and plans, though it's unclear if that was for herself, for her own branding, or for Archewell Foundation. This apparently led to a dispute. And at that point, Ari Emanuel, the source says, was completely done with her. The incident was also confirmed by another source, Page 6 says. The news comes as Megxie is about to release With Love Meghan on Netflix next week. Another Hollywood source has told Page 6, quote, "I don't know what those projects are, but WME is definitely not working on Meghan's personal business." So it may be, okay, the WME have fired Megxie in terms of we're not doing anything with your brand, we're not doing anything with you per se, but are still representing Archewell Foundation as a company or as a foundation, charity, whatever the frick you want to call it at this point, because as far as I'm concerned, that thing is not a charity, and I think a lot of you guys will agree with that as well. But this is the thing. This is the only way I think I can really square this circle, where all these sources are turning around and saying Megxie's been dropped, Megxie's been dropped, Megxie's been dropped. WME turning around and saying, no, she ain't been dropped. Well, maybe she's been dropped in a personal capacity where they're not dealing with a brand anymore, but they're still repping Archewell Foundation. For me, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, I think she's just completely been dropped at this point. WME don't want anything to do with her in any way, shape or form, including Archewell Foundation. And WME at this point are just trying to save face. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Now, the reactions on Twitter have been insane. Here we've got Meghan Markle parody. Oh my goodness, exclusive, a reaction from Megsy. I'm absolutely flabbergasted by the news from WME CEO Ari Emanuel. Can you believe they've banned me? Me, the Duchess of Sussex, or the Duchess of Sausages. Apparently my requests for royal treatment on every project were deemed ridiculous demands. Well, I suppose it's their loss. But fear not, even without WME, I'll continue to spread my legs. I mean, brand of jam and dog biscuits. Meghan Markle parody, absolute, yeah. We've got another one from Meghan Markle parody saying all the doors are closing and WME just slammed shut in her face. Even with all the money, connections and delusions of grandeur, Meghan still managed to speed run from finding freedom to finding failures in under 5 years. Now that's efficiency. Yeah, it is. But this is just the latest in a line of doors just being shut right in front of Meghan's narcissistic nutbag's face, right? Because you've now got WME, Spotify, Penguin Random House, with what I reported on last month. And rumour has it, Lemonada as well. And towards the end of this year, Netflix is also going to be going bye-bye and shutting the door in her face as well. According to Taz, please make sure you subscribe to on YouTube, says, well, this makes sense as to why her rebrand is so completely chaotic. And it does. If WME was still behind her, then, you know, the brand release would have been much more smoother. We won't see all these problems when it comes to the actual freaking name and the logo of the whole thing. Whilst the agency denies dropping her altogether, Ari is apparently done with her difficult and demanding behaviour. Further proof that Meg is the problem. Royals, Spotify, Gimlet, Sunshine Sacks, and now WME. Princess Bijou Deluxe says Meghan definitely peeved off WME for being a demanding bully as ever. So, yeah, maybe a bullying ways got to WME and they were like, we've had enough with you as well. Lean Mean Machine coming in here. They can't resist, and I can't resist showing you guys this one. WME kicking her backside out of the door, being like, big on you narcissistic nutbag, and never come back. But actually, I found a tweet better than Lean Mean Machines. Hey up, Lean Meme, you need to step up your game because here we've got Kate Austin with President Donald Trump. With, you know, him opening up his book and being like, Meghan Markle is terrible. I saw this and it just totally made me giggle. But yeah, going around full circle, reports are coming in that WME has fired Megsy. They have had enough with her. They're turning around and saying they haven't dropped her, but multiple sources are saying that they have. So it could either be that they've dropped her in their entirety, which I really do believe is the case, or to try and square the circle, they've dropped her when it comes to a brand and a personal kind of business, but they're still repping her when it comes to Archewell Foundation and whatnot. I really don't think that's the case. I really do think that WME has completely dropped her, has completely fired her. They don't want anything to do with her, whether it's her or any of her businesses or charities whatsoever. They have had enough. They've shown her the door, kicked her out. Goodbye, you narcissistic nutbag, and Netflix is going to be next. With that being said, if you appreciated this video and you want more, and believe me, of course, there's going to be more, you do not want to miss my next video, then make sure you subscribe to join our Alternate Tribe. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatever. Do you believe the reports that Megsy has finally been fired by WME? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I appreciate all your faces, and until the next time, you guys, laters.